Hey guys, little update. Before, in fact, this is a kind of checklist before a few days of holidays, 20 days in fact. And you really have to check few points before to leave because you know that the tank will run without you to have the possibility to fix or change quite any of the big parameters. Of course, with this automatic setup, I still can monitor and also can change the programming on some module or element of the filter, for example. It did already help by the past. But by the way, let's do the checklist. First of all, before our holidays, I would suggest you highly also to do water change, and this is what I've done here, a really big one, but it was that large. It was because of the medicine that I would have to get rid of and to put some clean water. Here, this is herbivore, pollution is really light, currently nitrate are very low, 2 or 3 ppm, whatever. Not very important. With the plant, with not so much food, I don't worry too much with this tank. This is a little other story, I would say, a bit more complicated. You do have discus, you do have all the Hellcat fish that you don't see, but they are here. If I try to maybe zoom, I can zoom. You see all these little guys, they get some food. Once a day, this is for the discus. Once the night, this is for the Hellcat fish. I've done a video, the last one in fact, on all the food that I'm using and so on, and the protein food for this little omnivore/carnivore guy. This is polluting a lot a tank. So this one I've done 2 water change over the last week, and one today, for example. And in fact, what I'm doing, this is I do have a reservoir of 200 liters of osmosis water, and on top of that, I'm doing 100 or 50 liters of tap water. And the tap water, this is to bring some calc in the water to rise up the pH in order to get such pH. So this one is perfectly normal and it won't change so much because of the pure tap water that I'm using with a high pH. And this one, let's start with such high pH because I'm pretty sure in 20 days I can bet with you guys we will get a pH direction 6 if it's not under it. So it's better I try to get a little bit of buffer effect at the beginning. This way. Other than that, the food, of course, the automatic feeder need to be fulfilled, and check also the battery. Don't forget the battery to be sure that it will work fine over the next 2 weeks, for example, or 20 days here. After that, of course, the lighting is automatic, but you may change it because you are not here. And in such kind of tank where it's not so planted tank, I would say, I would be attempt to not do a blackout, but just to skip the light during 2 weeks and to see the tank, what is the reaction, but not sure, we will see. After that, important stuff, not so expensive. This is a monitoring system, but just through some webcam. These 2 ones, this is to see the tank, and I have 2 other one here inside. I show you already, I guess. Up, you can see it here over there. And this one are the sump monitoring video. So I can show you the discus one, and it is useful for many reasons. For example, I can check if the paper is rolling properly. I can remotely activate it in case of needs, and I can also see more or less the water level of the sump, and I have a sensor, of course, for automatic top off. But if for any reason the automatic top off is not properly set up and functioning, I can remotely activate also the fulfill of the sump, and I can reactivate the automatic system of the top off. You get the point. And I guess that's all for the monitoring. Quite important, I would say. After that, of course, talking about top off for a nice transition, you have to check to make sure that your reservoirs are, of course, full. This is it. Something related to the reservoir may be stupid to you, but already did happen. To make sure to control that here, for example, you have the tubing of the at ATO coming in the sump, otherwise it's not very useful. After that, something like that is maybe not ideal, you could say. I will try to show you. 10 minutes. No. Bidule. I just teach. And it's starting again. You can put 100% and reactivate everything. What you were listening to, in fact, this is automatic deactivation of the siphon over there in the main overflow. And we will have to start it again. So, by the way, automatic top off is good, the sump level are good, the paper, of course, you need to check here, do I have enough paper to renew? Yes, and you have to check also inside if you have some space, and in this case, here, this is fine, even if it's not empty. I did empty this one, this is why you don't see anything. And of course, you will get an issue if this guy is trying to roll and it is full. It's not predictable what will happen. What you have to do, this is before that I forget to check the temperature as well. And I bought a little gadget that I'm really a fan of. This is this little guy. Alors, it's not laser, I guess this is infrared system reading the temperature of the material. It looks like laser to me, but it was written infrared. And for example, you can check here 29.2, over there 29.2, 29.1, and these are also remotely accessible, so I can control, change or whatever. And you do have the possibility to put a calibration, plus, minus, few degrees, or less than 1 degree, for example, 0.5. If you want to correct the value read by this heater controller. Okay, so you do it for all, for both tank, and after that, so I can see that it's not really again activated. I will have to activate it. It's not a big deal, don't worry. Here also the food for the growing tank, and other than that, I would say, I guess that's all. We are in theory ready to run smoothly, more or less, cross finger, over the next weeks. And just by the way, before to finish, here this is a little experimentation. Here as well, still experimenting on the lighting system and the different options. Before I had Chiro and Aqua Grow, and right now this is Aqua Illumination for LED spot, but I think I miss a little bit the enhancement and the little boost of coloration that you can get when you have here. You can see it. It's quite interesting. This small LED ramp, you can get different white, blue, purple, the red one, the purple one. This is this one, for example. And it does help to get such kind of boost on the coloration. And here you see the difference. This is not the same ramp. I will in next video explain it to you. So that's all for today. Hope everything is going fine at your place, that maybe some of you are starting to enjoy the summer break as well. And that's all. Ciao guys.